let's talk about autonomous cars for a moment. Autonomous is a euphemism for driverless cars, right? People don't like to say driverless because it scares people, or that's not true. No. So have you been in a driverless car? Are you, your board of directors let you go in a driverless car?
If it's from General Motors, I think yes. And I actually have ridden in one of our vehicles. You know, we have test vehicles. Now, they do have a safety, we call them a trainer in the vehicle. But I've ridden in the cars in San Francisco, and it's really quite astonishing to see what these cars are able to do. And we're seeing progress on a, you know, almost a weekly basis.
So when you're in a driverless or autonomous vehicle, do you like put your foot on the brake to stop it, or you just you get away from doing that?
Well, I do that when I'm driving with my children, so
Okay.
or riding, I should say. So I think it's just, you know, it's kind of trained response. But frankly, it's so smooth. Here's just one example. When you're was riding in the autonomous vehicle, and if you think about when you come up to an intersection and you look up and the light is yellow, and you have to make a decision: are you going to kind of pick up the pace and go through, or are you going to come to a stop? And do you have enough room? An autonomous vehicle has sensed exactly when the light turned yellow, knows, you know, can it maintain speed and go, or should it stop? So, you know, really that's one of the benefits of autonomous vehicles is they're processing all the information around them actually more safely than, if done right, than we can as drivers with all the different things that we're taking in.
Okay, well, other phrases that come about lately is one is ride sharing. What is ride sharing?
So ride sharing is, think about it as Lyft or Uber when you are just similar to a cab. You're looking to get a ride from someone, and so you're going to do ride sharing versus car sharing is you're going to actually have a use of a car, whether it's a day, an hour, a month. And we're participating, we have a stake in Lyft where we're participating in ride sharing. And then we have our own company, Maven, that is now in 16 cities across North America or across the United States where we're doing car sharing.
So car sharing, you mean you drive the car for a short period of time and then you give it back to somebody or something like that?
Well, for instance, we have in the city of Ann Arbor, we have cars stationed and you go online on an app and you reserve it. And when you get to the car, you use the app to unlock it, drive it, and then either return it, or we have now some services where you can drop it off in a different place.
So if everybody is using car sharing or ride sharing, won't there be fewer cars sold? Is that a good thing for General Motors?
Well, I think there's been a lot of studies of, is it going to be more cars or less cars? Because think about some of the people who can't drive right now, whether you have some physical limitation that doesn't allow you to drive a vehicle, or youth. So we think, first of all, we're going to open up to a lot of people who can't drive or have the personal mobility or freedom of mobility that they don't have today. Also, these vehicles in these sharing environments, they're driven much more frequently, so many more miles traveled.